So it is July 4th weekend, and Americans all over, I guess, the world are celebrating Independence Day. Right now, people are preparing to shoot. They're already shooting fireworks in my neighborhood. It sounds like Baghdad over here. Doesn't matter where you are in the country, people are shooting fireworks. You could be in a drought. You could be in a place with a burn ban. People are shooting fireworks. Tomorrow, they're going to be burning hot dogs on the grill. Someone's going to hand someone tomorrow a burger that's completely pink on the inside, and that person's going to crap their brains out. That being said, happy Independence Day. America has no UFC champions. And so that fact made me, I've been thinking about that, bro. It made me wonder who is the most dominant country in the UFC right now. So what I did is, with the help of ChatGPT and a little free time after work, I devised a point system. We're going to go down the rankings. Number one contender is going to give 10 points. Number two, 9 points. Number three, 8 points. If you're a champion, you give 15 points to your country. We're going to add it up and see what country has the most points, what country has the most representation in the rankings, and who is the most dominant. Okay? So starting with number 9. Oh, actually, I could start with number 10. I could just tell you. But okay, let me talk about number 9 first. These guys, this is 20 points total just between these two guys who are number one contenders. That's pretty much it. Bada bing, bada boom, eh? Or as the French say, oui, get out of my country. I don't know. Whatever they say. Do people like France? Does anyone like France? I've never met a person who went to France and was like, oh, France was amazing. Everyone I know who's gone to France has been like, bro, this place is so overrated. But maybe it's because we go and we think it's going to be like Ratatouille, the movie. But instead we go and it's basically Queens, New York. But yeah, France, man. 2 very strong representatives for France. Let's move on to number 8, because I really don't have much to say about these guys. Cyril Gane. Nasruddin, I think he has a strong case at the title. I could see him fighting Hamzat or DDP soon. But we'll see. He has to get through Baralho first. Speaking of Imavov, one of Imavov's victims is in the next flag.
When did I become the underdog?
Israel Adesanya, Dan Hooker, Kai Kara France, Carlos Ulberg. 4 guys from the exact same gym. Pretty much the entire country of New Zealand. All the best guys train at City Kickboxing, which is pretty impressive for any gym. The fact that all these guys have the same coach and they train on the same exact mat. 1 former champion and a lot of contenders. These guys, their total is 25 points. But I think as long as City Kickboxing is there, we're gonna have some good contenders. I think they got a new guy, Navajo Sterling, is on the come up right now. He might be in this video next year. He might be in the next one. But let's go to number 7. And what do you think it is? I'll give you a hint. They probably have the best food. Wait. Yeah, they got the best food, for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they got the best food, bro. I grew up in Texas, so I'm biased, but for real, this country got the best food, and they have the 8th most dominant presence in the UFC. I gotta say the obvious, if we were to add Mexican Americans into this, oh, dude. Henry Cejudo, Brian Ortega, Brandon Royval. If we were to add that into here, then Mexico would probably be the most dominant. But, I mean, you got to draw a line somewhere. So these are the guys who actually fly the flag of Mexico and fight for Mexico. I know Yair Rodriguez would have a problem with Diego Lopez being here. He'd probably... Culón! Vete ya, cállate la boca, culón! Right? He would have an issue with Diego Lopez being here. But, dude, this is a strong presence. Mexico has a strong presence in the lower weight classes, flyweight, bantamweight, featherweight. Dude, little scrappy guys, yeah? Little scrappy guys. 26 points for Mexico. Before we get into the top 5, we want to look at these strong performers. So a lot of these countries, they got just one guy. So like Palestine, you got Bilal Muhammad. South Africa, you got Dricus du Plessis holding it down.
Shut up, Pink Fit.
You can't change the facts, but you can't change those facts.
Armenia, you got Arman Sarukian. Kazakhstan, I think Asu Almabayev and Shavkat Rakhmonov. I might have messed that up. Poland, you got 3 fighters. Surprisingly, there's a lot of Polish fighters in the UFC. You got Gamrot, Jan Blachowicz, and Marcin Tybura. And then you got your cheeky little UK fighters. Hey! Take a look at these diamonds wrong. It's a light for squinting, can't just stare. With Tom through thick and thin. He already fixed, so we halfway there.
What?
Dude, these guys are actually elite. Looking at this actually makes me kind of excited. Even though I don't like Leon Edwards, when you look at these guys, Lerone Murphy has a double-digit win streak, I'm pretty sure. Paddy Pimblett, undefeated. Tom Aspinall, undefeated in the UFC. Leon Edwards only has 3 losses. He was a former champ. Arnold Allen only has 1 loss, right? One loss, and that was to who? Max Holloway? Prime Max Holloway? UK has a crazy lineup, honestly, and pretty impressive. I mean, Paddy Pimblett, he has a chance to be a champion. I said a chance. He's not going to be, but he has a chance. For it being such a small country, this is a very large showing and a very large presence in the UFC, and very dominant, very good guys. There's not many of them, but the guys who are here they're on win streaks. Now, adversely to that, UK has five very good fighters in the top 10. This next country has two of literally the greatest fighters of all time, and then Roman Dolidze. So obviously we got two champs, 15 points each, and then you got Roman Dolidze, 33. I believe this is 33 points. Ilia Topuria, number 1 pound for pound. Merab Dvalishvili, number 3 pound for pound, or number 2 pound for pound. I don't know where he's at. These two guys are basically carrying the weight for their whole country. Dolidze is cool too. Dolidze is just carrying the weight of literally like a forest of hair on his chest.
I speak for the trees. Let them grow.
But I mean, Ilia Topuria, the amount of legends, former champions, and future Hall of Famers that these two dudes have taken out in the UFC is absolutely unparalleled. It's like ridiculous if you think about it. Legends, former champions, and future Hall of Famers. You get booked against them, it's over, bro. It's absolutely over. Fan favorites, it's over, bro. You get booked versus Merab, you might as well retire early. Pull a Conor McGregor, pushing it off. It's over with. These guys are taking everything from you. So Georgia, very, very strong representation. This is number 5. Number four, benefiting from having two champions. Aussie. Australia, mate. Australia, mate. If I had a... But bro, these Australians, we got two champions. We got I don't know where Robert Whittaker's ranked right now, but he's top 5, and he's not 5. He might be 5. Tai Tuivasa is literally ranked number 10, and Shamir Gaziev is 11. I debated including Shamir Gaziev instead of Tai Tuivasa. But Tai Tuivasa, we're going to give it to you. You're going to contribute 1 point to Australia, and Volk and JDM are going to contribute the other 35 points. But great job to Australia. Australians always put on a good fight. Have you ever seen a boring fight from an Australian fighter? They go after it, like all them jumping spiders and snakes that they got in their country. They can't be slow and sluggish. They got to be moved. Oh, I'm too fast for you, mate. I'm too fast for you. I'm too quick. I'm too quick for you. I'm JDM. I live in Perth. No one knows where Perth is, but I flew from Perth all the way over here to show you some crisp boxing. I have nothing to do in Perth except learn how to be the best boxer in the UFC. All right, so next, dude, we're in top 3 now, okay? That was number 4. Australia's number 4. Top 3. You already know this next country is about to be just a bunch of absolute murderers row. Are you ready? You already freaking know, dude. Brazil. All right, dude. Obviously, Brazil, since the beginning of the UFC, Brazil has had a strong presence. But this is number 3. We got Alexander Pantoja. We got Davison Figueiredo. All 4 of these guys are former champs. Former or current champs. Just literally just dogs, bro. And this isn't even including, I missed Gelton Almeida. I missed Gene Silva. I missed Mauricio Ruffi. I missed Kyle Baralho. Brazil is just on a whole nother level. Brazil has 51 total points in this little point system. 51 points from Brazil. That's just ridiculous. Because, honestly, it's very interesting that when we think about martial arts, we think about Asian countries. Maybe that's because, to be fair, jiu-jitsu did come from Asia. Karate did come from Asia. Taekwondo, Kung Fu, they all came from Asia. But when you talk about who took those martial arts and turned them into the most dangerous fighters, Brazilians and Russians. Interestingly, I don't know where I need to do more research on where Russian martial arts originate. Sambo, wrestling, and boxing, and then you got BJJ and Muay Thai basically in Brazil. It makes me so excited. I want to go. Should I put Ian Gary on here? Ian Gary really wants to be here. If he wants to be here, we can put him in the corner.
I'm gonna do what I do best. I'm gonna show up, I'm gonna show out, and I'm gonna get my hand raised in spectacular fashion. That's it.
If you know, you know. Next one, you already know. Number 2, bro. Now, between these top two, the number 2 one had 76 points. The number 1 country had 133 points. Let me just get to the chase, man. Mother Russia. Mother Russia, you already know, bro. You got all of Khabib's children, the whole Khabib multiverse, they're all from Russia, and half of them are ranked. Outside of the Khabib multiverse, you have the Ivan Drago multiverse, right? The big Russian soldier. Yeah, that pretty much sums it up, huh? The Khabib multiverse and the Ivan Drago multiverse. There's 2 types of Russians. And whether they're from Chechnya or whether they're from Dagestan or whether they're from Moscow or Russia and Brazil. Whenever you get a Russian versus a Brazilian, also, it's a those are some of the best fights ever, Russians versus Brazilians, because it's literally 2 of the best countries for martial arts, for fighting, for just breeding tough, strong people. I mean, you got Umar, you got Islam Makhachev, you got Peter Yan. All right, so that only leaves one last country, and that is the United States of America. And I think this is unfair, honestly, because UFC is an American brand, so we just naturally are going to have more American fighters. America, by far, or almost doubles the next country. And it's just because we have more fighters. None of them are champions. Sean O'Malley, Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, Sean Strickland, Corey Sandhagen, Khalil Roundtree, Max Holloway, even Aljamain Sterling, Jamal Hill in the back. It's just so many of them. But when it gets down to it, if we got a Brazilian or a Russian in front of us, goodbye. Goodbye. We'll bring the ticket sales, and you guys will bring the actual skill and toughness. That's how it's seeming right now. And you can see right here, there's just more athletes, 25 athletes in the rankings, versus Georgia has 3 athletes, and they got 2 champions. America has 25 athletes and no champions.
You suck.
So it's just the way it is. Now, if we were to do average points per fighter, completely different story then, right? Georgia has on average the most dominant fighters. Russia has the second most dominant fighters on average. Australia has the third most dominant fighters on average, then Brazil, then the USA, which completely changes up the whole thing. So however you want to judge dominance, whether you want to judge dominance by just sheer volume, then you would give it to the United States. If you want to judge dominance by how many people from that country are champion, then it would be Georgia and Russia. But we already know that. And Georgia is right next to Russia. And then we could even add in Armenia, and that's going to give you another high-ranking guy in Arman Sarukian. That whole region, if you were to just take the region of the Caucasus Mountains, that would be the most dominant area. But then very interestingly, Australia, and if you were to add Australia with New Zealand, like Oceania, I think I already did this before. I made a video like this, where you just take regions or you take continents, right? So Oceania, if I'm pronouncing that right, Oceania, I don't know, going to be the second most dominant region. Third most dominant region is going to be Brazil. And then fourth most dominant region is going to be the United States of America. So that's my video today. Hope you guys invited and enjoy the stats. Let me know what you guys think. Give me some video ideas. Let me know what you want to see next. All right. Appreciate for watching. Like and subscribe if you like, and if you want to subscribe. Peace.